Hey, it's Bill coming at you from Santa Monica, California. That's 3 times in a row I got that right. It might be a habit by now. Not usually, it takes 7. Um, I watched yesterday's film. I can't remember if I think I downloaded it this morning. But anyway, I watched it again a couple of times before. Uh, I posted it to YouTube, and I covered how I wanted everybody to that you should be happy with what you do for a living. And I don't think I covered it nearly enough because I've been very fortunate with almost everything I've ever done. I've enjoyed, and I've enjoyed my life. I've enjoyed my wife. I've enjoyed all of my significant girlfriends. They wouldn't be girlfriends if they weren't enjoyable. So I've enjoyed everything. But I see people out here that are just miserable, and they act miserable, they are miserable, and it just doesn't have to be that way. And so I hope you look at yourself and find that you are miserable, because this will be a perfect experience for you, because I don't put up with misery. I'm not gonna sit here and yell at you, but if I can be happy with all of the crap I've been through, honestly, I don't know what you're complaining about. And I don't know what all of these people complain about. I really don't. I mean, I literally see people driving. I know cars very well. I have several that I enjoy. And so I know them. And I'm biking down the road a few months back, and I have the right of way on my bike, so I get across the intersection, and the car that rolls up to me is literally a $2.5 million Ferrari. And I wave at the guy for thanking him for stopping while I'm crossing because I was pushing my bike. And I just wave thanks for the guy. Can't smile. I mean, if I'm driving a $2.5 million car, you couldn't wipe the smile off my face. So I just don't, like I said, if you've got some fantasy that money is going to find you some happiness, it is a fantasy. That's why they call it Fantasy 5 and all of those stupid lotto things. It's a fantasy that you think money is going to buy you some kind of happiness. I promise you, it's not going to. So, when I said to find something that you enjoy doing, I meant it. And this may not be it. It'll be worth a watch just to see that you can find something in your life that you truly enjoy, that's going to make everybody that you bump into enjoy your company, because you're going to be excited about your life, your family, everything. And I mean, I know this because I lived it. And I mean, if my father taught me anything, it was that money can't buy happiness, can't buy love, it can't buy shit. What money can do is, given the opportunity, it can increase your happiness. That's all it can do. You should find a way to be that happy on your own without the money. Material possessions come and go. I can't even begin to tell you. I'm not one to preach. I really am not. Each to their own. I mean, if it makes you happy, by all means, have at it. But I have to tell you, if being happy doing something for a living that you don't love, if that's somehow enjoyable to you, I know all sorts of doctors that will be needing your help. Because you, you, you got something that the whole fucking world is. Ooh, I can't swear. I'm sorry. You got something the whole world wishes they had. So, I promise you. And like I said, I don't have anything to do right now other than trying. I thought about this morning because I was watching it. I must have posted it this morning because I thought of it this morning. But it's the truth. I can't emphasize. I don't know if I said that right. Emphasize. That might be a new word I don't know how to pronounce. For you to find whatever it is you call your career, make it something you enjoy. I mean, there's nothing in this world more important. I mean, it's more important than finding the perfect person, because even if you find the perfect person and you don't have that in alignment, you're going to lose the perfect person because you didn't have everything else in line. So the number one thing is to find something that makes you happy, and it's best if it is something that makes you money, because you're going to have to do it for the rest of your life. I mean, I started early. I started making money, I can't even tell you how old I was. So I learned real early that I better find something I enjoy, and I always have. And if I didn't like it, I made it as successful as I could and sold it. And I always managed to do that before it ran out of fun for me. And I'm at my age now where I've got to find something that I'm going to enjoy for the rest of my life, because I don't ever intend to retire. It's not in me. I had a perfect opportunity for retirement when they told me I'd never walk again. I wouldn't have worked as hard as I had to work to be able to walk again. To sit around and do nothing. That's just doesn't make sense. So, like I said, I've told you many times over that I'm going to do everything I have to do to get this to function. I may have to take a few steps back here. I've already proven that my brain injury does limit my future thinking. With most people, that's why I can't multitask very well. What you're planning to do, whether you know you're doing it or not, you're already planning to do the next thing that's in your progress of life. I don't think that way anymore. I literally have to think. I mean, it's not so bad. Well, yeah. I mean, I have to think. I have to remind myself to brush my teeth. Wash my hands, stuff like that. So yeah, I guess it is that bad. But like I said, I can make it a habit. So what comes naturally, I suppose, to you, or maybe I don't know. I don't know how it happens, but for me, I have to make it a habit. And part of that is, like I said, I'm going to do this every day. I did this intentionally because I can't stress enough how important it is to find something at any age. The earlier the better, but I don't care if you're 60 And if you're 60 and you haven't found something that you want to go to and makes you happy every day, it's time you do. And even if it's only for the next 5 or 6 or 8 years, those 5 or 6 or 8 years will be the best 5 or 6, 8 years you ever worked. So it's time you change. And stop worrying about the money. I promise you, if you do something that you enjoy doing, the money will follow you. I promise you. It can be the stupidest thing in the planet, and if it makes you happy, trust me, you will make enough money to be happy. And more times, you'll have more money than you ever had intended, just because you enjoy it so much. You know, it's not an 8 to 5 thing. If you enjoy it so much, you're doing it whenever you do it. So, trust me. You know, some doctors, the best doctors that you'll ever have, and I know this personally, the best doctors are the ones that don't care what the income is. And those are the best doctors to be seen by. I'm one of my doctors when I was younger. I've had a lot of problems in my life. But one of my doctors when I was younger, and I hated him, he was a neurosurgeon. And he used to drive either a Bentley or a Rolls Royce. I knew he was in it for the money. And, I have neurosurgeons now. I don't know what they drive, but I know why they're here. And it isn't about money. Not that my surgeries are off the charts, but they're not in it for that. So I just know it to be a fact. If this isn't your thing, if food vending and building a cart and all of that isn't your thing, it'd be worth watching the videos just to know that anything you set out to do, you can do. It might be worth that, but if it's not your thing, you know, find something that is, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. I don't care if washing cars is your thing. I promise you, if that is your thing, you're going to be the best at it because you love it. And whoever is driving whatever needs to be washed is going to come to you. So it's literally that simple. I guess I've talked about that enough, and I've got my day to start. So I'll post this later this afternoon. And I didn't say hi to John Taffer. I have stuff I've been thinking about to say to John tonight, so I will do that for later. But okay, I'm going to go off and do my thing for the day. Everybody be safe and have a great day. Bye-bye.